If you already use make.com, I'm about to save you a ton of time. And if you've never used it because it looked too complicated, this is the video where that changes. Make.com just put AI inside make.com. It's called Maia, and the two of them together are peanut butter and jelly. You tell it what you want in plain English. Something like, when an email comes in with a receipt, save it to my drive. And it builds the whole thing right in front of you. It picks the pieces, hooks them together, and hands you a working automation. You just look it over and turn it on. That used to take an hour. Now it's a conversation. The High-Tech Nomad here, and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Make.com's newest AI feature called Maia. I'm going to assume you know what Make.com is if you're watching this video, but for those of you who don't, here's the short version. Make.com lets you create automations, things that run on their own or run when something happens. An email comes in, a file gets saved, somebody fills out a form, you get a text. It's extremely powerful, and I've done some videos on it, so if you want the full picture, I'll put those up in the corner and down in the description. Now, whether you're brand new to it or you've been building in it for years, the setup has always been the slow part. You have to figure out which modules you need, which features, and then link them all together. It's kind of like the ankle bone is connected to the shin bone and the shin bone is connected to the knee bone. The problem is, you don't always know which bones are which. You know you want to get from the foot to the hip. You just don't know what comes in between. So you spend your time on trial and error, or you're off doing research trying to figure out which modules do what. Maia is going to do that part for us. We just lay out where we're starting and where we want to end up, and it figures out the bones in between. From my own experimentation with it, it does about 99% of it. There'll be a couple little pieces here and there for you to touch, but it does most of it. Let me show you how Maia works. I'm going to do a very simple example here so you can follow along. Let's say you're going through your Gmail, and mixed in with everything else, you find potential customers, people you need to follow up with. And you want to keep all of them on a separate spreadsheet so nobody falls through the cracks. Now think about all the steps you'd have to do right now to make that happen. You read the email, you open up your spreadsheet, you go back to the email and copy the sender's name. Over to the sheet, paste it in. Back to the email for the subject line. Back to the sheet. Then you type in the date. That's 7 steps for one email. And you're doing that every single time one of these comes in. So we're going to make it so Make.com does all of that for us automatically by simply clicking the star in Gmail. That's the whole job. You see a potential customer, you click the star, and the spreadsheet fills itself out. The sender, the subject line, and the date, all added for you. Normally, this is where you'd start. Take a look at this screen. Would you even know where to begin? Which module comes first? What connects to what? This is the part that used to stop people. Here's what we're going to do instead. This is the whole thing. One prompt. When I star an email in Gmail, add a row to my Google Sheet called Follow Up with the sender, the subject line, and the date. That's everything I'm going to type. Let's see how Maia responds to it. Here I am in make.com, and normally to create a new scenario, we would click on Create Scenario, and then I would start by dragging modules out and going from there. But we're going to use the new Maia. So really all I have to do is come over where it says describe what you want to build today. I'm going to paste in our request, which is when I start an email in Gmail, add a row to my spreadsheet called follow up with the sender, the subject line, and the date. Now we have our first question. It says only new stars or include the ones that are already starred. I'm going to say no, only new stars. So from this point on, I'm going to track it by the ID. Here we see it's already figured out it's got to have Gmail, and it's even got to make a little database because it needs to store the ID for that Gmail email so it doesn't add it to the spreadsheet twice or 3 times. So it's coming up with all of the pieces it's going to need to do. It's going to run every 15 minutes, it says here, and we'll say, yes, that is fine. Go ahead and do it.
where it starts to actually build it. Now, I've compressed time a little bit before, but this is actually happening in real time. And I actually like the way they've decided to implement this because this actually lets you see all the things that it's doing. So we already know it's going to find the emails. It's just going to check to see if that record already exists. Then it's going to add it to the spreadsheet, and then it's going to add it to the database saying, don't do this one again. So a person doesn't get added 2 or 3 times. And as I said, I really like the little animation. It's kind of cutesy, but it obviously, one, gives you something to watch, and two, you have an idea as to what's going on. So you're in a sense learning how to use Make by following along with our little purple friend here. So now it says, in order to understand, we have to add a one-time baseline startup record. So it's saying, look, I got to put a record in, a test one, just to make sure. And then it says, do you want me to explain what I'm doing? Do you want to make changes? Or no, just let's proceed. This is really interesting because I wouldn't have taken this particular approach, but as you can see, it's trying to make sure that everything is okay, and it's adding some additional steps along with the router. I know in this case, it's just asking me to create a new database to put it in. So I'm just going to call it Gmail test. We'll leave it at that. It's asking me what Gmail account it should use. So I can click and choose from the ones that are there, which none of those are the ones I want to use. So I'll just click add, to which it's just asking me to log into my Gmail account. So that's all it needed to gain access to my Gmail. It says, all right, where is your Google Spreadsheet account? So I'm going to have to give it a connection to my Google Spreadsheet account. So same deal. I'm going to go ahead and click on sign in. I'm going to go ahead and click on my account. Now it thinks it's done, and it's asking us to run it once to see if it's okay. And hopefully this will run all the way through. If not, it'll show us an error. And it says, I'm done. Do you want me to turn it on? In this case, I will by just clicking on activate it. I'm going to go in my Gmail box and I will star a couple of items. I'm going to click on this sane box. I'll click the star on that one. I will click the star on this one. I will click the one on this one, and we'll go from maybe vidIQ and Martin. So we've got about 3 or 4 of those. Now, we won't see anything in our spreadsheet because this hasn't run yet. It runs every 15 minutes, but we're going to force it to run by clicking on run once. And as you can see, it sort of glows, and then it shows you which modules have run, and it gives you the information. So this has successfully run. And if we come over to our spreadsheet, we now have those 3 pieces of information. We have the sender, the subject, and the date. So we now have a fully functional automation that we made in make.com using Maia. So you can see just how much time you would have had to drag and drop all of these. And quite honestly, even though I've used make.com a lot, I would not have easily come up with this whole data store so that the same name doesn't get added twice. I would have just had duplicates because I wouldn't have known how to do that. Or if I did, it would have taken me hours. We've done this, and this video is not done in less than 8 minutes.
Bob's your uncle. One sentence, typed, connected accounts, and we have a fully functioning, fully automated tool. Down in the comments below, tell me what you're going to use this for, or what you'd like to use it for. Maybe I'll respond, or maybe I'll use it for the next demo. Now, if you thought this was cool, this is a simple one. I've got more make.com builds in the back for channel members, bigger ones, the kind that run whole pieces of a business. If you want to see those, hit join and become a channel member. The prompt I used today is down in the description, so you can copy it. And for more prompts like it, head on over to promptsbydesign.com. It's free to try. The link is in the description, along with some other goodies. If this helped you out, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. I've got a whole line of make.com projects coming, and subscribing is how you'll see them. Until next time, this is the High Tech Nomad signing out.